Is your dog limping, bunny hopping, or having trouble getting up after a nap? It's easy to chalk it up to old age, stiffness, or just a bad night's sleep, but it could be something much more serious. Hip dysplasia is one of the most common joint problems in dogs, and it doesn't just affect seniors. Puppies can show early signs too, especially in large breeds like Labs, German Shepherds, and Goldens. The good news, if you catch it early, there's a lot you can do to manage it and give your dog a better life. Let's break it all down so you know what to look for, what to avoid, and what actually works. Hip dysplasia happens when the ball and socket joint in a dog's hip doesn't fit together the way it should. Instead of gliding smoothly, the bones grind and rub against each other. Over time, this constant friction leads to inflammation, pain, and eventually arthritis. Some dogs are born with it, while others develop it as they grow. The scary part? Many dogs don't show obvious symptoms at first. They may act completely normal, until one day they start limping or avoiding the stairs. That's why understanding the mechanics of this condition is so important. It's not just a limp, it's a structural problem that gets worse over time if left untreated. So how do you know if your dog might have hip dysplasia? Start by watching how they move. Are they hesitant to go upstairs or jump into the car? Do they bunny hop when they run, moving both back legs together instead of one at a time? That's a classic sign. Other red flags include stiffness after rest, a swaying or wobbly walk, limping that comes and goes, or difficulty standing up or lying down. You might also notice muscle loss in the back legs or that your dog's back end seems lower than it used to. Even subtle changes in behavior, like avoiding play or seeming more irritable, can be signs they're in pain. Hip dysplasia is largely genetic, but that's only part of the story. If your dog is a large or giant breed like a Labrador Retriever, German Shepherd, Rottweiler, or Great Dane, they're already at higher risk. But how you raise and care for your dog plays a major role too. Puppies that grow too quickly due to overfeeding or calorie-dense diets are more likely to develop joint issues. Excess weight puts added stress on developing hips, and that extra pressure can accelerate joint damage. Even the wrong kind of exercise, like intense jumping or running on hard surfaces during growth phases, can contribute. So yes, genes matter, but lifestyle choices absolutely tip the scales. If you suspect hip dysplasia, don't wait. Talk to your vet. They'll start with a physical exam, watching how your dog walks, stands, and reacts to pressure on the hips. In many cases, they'll recommend x-rays to get a clearer picture of the joint structure. These images show whether the ball and socket are properly aligned, how much joint space remains, and whether there's any arthritis or bone changes. Sometimes sedation is needed to get accurate positioning for the x-rays, especially if your dog is in pain or tense. A full diagnosis also considers your dog's breed, age, medical history, and activity level. The earlier it's caught, the more treatment options you have, and the better the outcome for your dog. The good news is, hip dysplasia doesn't always mean surgery. For mild to moderate cases, there are plenty of ways to manage the condition and keep your dog comfortable. Weight management is the first and most important step. Extra pounds mean extra stress on the joints. Joint supplements like glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM can help reduce inflammation and slow cartilage breakdown. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil are also great for joint support. Low-impact exercise like swimming or controlled leash walks on soft ground keeps muscles strong without overloading the hips. Your vet may also prescribe anti-inflammatory medications for flare-ups. In more severe cases, surgery may be needed. There are options like femoral head ostectomy, which removes the ball of the joint, or total hip replacement, which can dramatically improve quality of life, especially for larger dogs. Every case is different, so work with your vet to build a plan that fits your dog's age, size, and lifestyle. Preventing hip dysplasia isn't always possible, but you can absolutely lower the risk, especially if you're raising a puppy. Start by feeding a balanced, age-appropriate diet. Large breed puppy formulas are designed to promote steady growth without overloading calories or calcium, which can throw off bone development. Keep exercise moderate and controlled. Avoid repetitive jumping or hard running on pavement until your dog is fully grown. Slippery floors can also cause strain on young joints, so give your pup traction where they play and rest. And don't let them pack on extra weight, even if those chubby rolls are adorable. If you're buying from a breeder, ask about OFA or Penn Hip certifications. These screen for hip health in breeding dogs. And if you already have a high-risk breed, talk to your vet early about proactive screenings or preventive supplements. A little effort now can save a lot of pain down the road. Let me tell you about a lab named Cooper. He was just 9 months old. Big paws, goofy grin, full of energy. His owners noticed something subtle. After a long play session, Cooper would limp just a little, nothing major. He'd shake it off and go right back to chasing toys. But they trusted their gut and brought him to the vet. The exam showed some looseness in the hips, and X-rays confirmed early signs of hip dysplasia. Because they caught it early, surgery wasn't needed. A few changes: better diet, joint supplements, low-impact exercise. And Cooper stayed active and pain-free. Today he's 4 years old and still acts like a puppy. That's the power of catching it early and taking action. Before we wrap up, here are a few bonus tips to help protect your dog's joints, whether they've been diagnosed with hip dysplasia or not. First, make flooring dog-friendly. Slippery surfaces like tile or hardwood can make dogs with weak hips nervous and unstable. Add rugs or mats in areas they use often. Second, raise their food and water bowls to reduce strain on their back and hips, especially for taller dogs. Third, consider adding ramp access to things like your car, the couch, or your bed. Jumping up or down can worsen joint damage even if your dog seems fine doing it. And finally, track their movement and weight over time. Take monthly videos and keep a journal. The earlier you notice a decline, the more options you'll have. A few simple adjustments can go a long way in keeping your dog mobile and pain-free for years. So let's recap. Hip dysplasia is a joint condition where the hip doesn't fit together the way it should. It causes pain, stiffness, and eventually arthritis, but with early detection and the right care, it doesn't have to ruin your dog's life. Watch for signs like limping, stiffness, bunny hopping, or trouble getting up. Know your dog's breed and their risk factors. Keep your dog at a healthy weight, feed them a balanced diet, and don't overdo intense exercise while they're still growing. If you notice something off, don't wait, get it checked out. You can't undo hip dysplasia, but you can absolutely slow it down and keep your dog happy, mobile, and pain-free for years to come. If this video helped you understand hip dysplasia a little better, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We post new pet care videos every single week to help you take better care of the animals you love. Drop your dog's breed in the comments. I'd love to know who we're reaching. And if you've been through hip dysplasia with your own pup, share your experience below. You never know who you might help. And if there's a topic you want covered next, let me know. I'm always listening. Thanks for watching Quick Pet Tips, and I'll see you in the next one.